Hey guys, I'm Kaylin. Welcome back to Fable Hill Farm. Tonight we are making Muscovy duck breakfast sausage using the breast meat of 14 of our Muscovy ducks that we butchered today, along with the breast meat from 2 wild Canada geese that my husband hunted yesterday morning. And then we're adding in some pre-seasoned pork breakfast sausage from a local butcher that we buy meat from locally to add in that fat content as well. I've got everything set up. I'm going to show you a few components that you're going to need in order to make sausage this way, and then we're just going to dive right in. Remember, if you are not already subscribed, if you're interested in Muscovy duck content, now is the time to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so YouTube lets you know when I put out new videos. And let's get started. First up, you are going to need a grinder, of course. This is the LEM Big Bite grinder that we recently purchased, and we've only used it once. This will be the second time. We've also got this little thingamabob here. I don't know what you'd call it. It's also made by LEM, of course. And what it does is it puts the tie on the bag once you're finished stuffing the bag and packaging it. So that's just an unnecessary but really useful tool to have. You've got to have your bags, of course, and you don't have to have these bags, but these bags are really nice for sausage. And I've gone ahead and pre-labeled all of them, as you can see here. Just makes the process easier to label them before they're actually filled with meat. And I've marked, of course, that this is sausage, duck, and these are going to be 1-pound bags. Also going to need your seasoning. As I said, our pork sausage that we're using is already pre-seasoned, but of course you need a lot more seasoning to, you know, take into account the quantity of meat that you're using. Then you're going to need a scale of some sort. This is of course just a basic kitchen scale in order to, you know, accurately weigh your meat to figure out what you're working with, what you need to add in. A scale would certainly be necessary for this. The meat needs to be cold, otherwise it makes it a lot more arduous of a process. And we've had our meat chilling in our deep freezer down in the basement, so we need to pull that out. And then we need to go ahead and cube all of that meat to make it easier to grind. Of course, you don't want to just try and stuff a whole breast into the grinder. The hole's really not that big. So we've got the meat chilled. We're going to cube it. I have pre-measured everything that I need as far as the pork that we're adding in. In total, we have 18.5 pounds of both duck and goose breasts that we are using here. And then we're adding in roughly 30%, so 5.5 pounds of the pre-seasoned pork breakfast sausage. Look how beautiful this meat is. It's so dark red. You can see some of the fat from the Muscovies mixed in here. And the grinder, which my husband tells me is pronounced LEM, not LEM, held up really well. It didn't even need to be cleaned that whole time. And so far so good. We really like the product, having, you know, only used it again. This is our second time, but we are happy with the purchase thus far. Oh, and then that's the meat scraps left over.
That's what didn't get pushed out.
What didn't get pushed out. So that can go to the dogs and they'll be happy for a treat. Take that out. And then I did cut off a couple ligaments that were left in the meat. Just figured this would be a nice snack for the pups. Let's see. Excess here. To be cleaned up. Easy to clean. These trays, we got what on Amazon, right? Got these meat trays on Amazon, which have been really nice as far as upping the game on our butchering and all of that, and just being able to easily and safely and efficiently store and pack and sort different meats as they are being cut and processed. And then we just recently picked up a new knife block, and this is the same brand of our butchering knives that we use, Swiss knife maker. And we really like their butchering knives, which is why we went ahead and bought the kitchen knife set as well. And these bad boys are sharp. Now we've got to go ahead and mix the seasoning and the pork sausage in with the duck, of course, and then we're going to go ahead and package it. That is a beefy looking sausage patty, huh? It's red like beef. Whew. Okay, so finished with all of the mixing and seasoning of the meat. As you saw, I ran into an issue where combining the ground pork with the rest of the meat became very obvious to me that it wasn't going to mix well because of the different textures of the meat. And so my husband had the brilliant idea of using the KitchenAid mixer and mixing it that way, and that worked beautifully, and it was able to really fully incorporate the pork into the duck meat. And so then I went ahead, as you saw, and just mixed it once more by hand, and now we're gonna go ahead and bag up this meat. So there should be 24 pounds of meat. I have 23 bags labeled. I want to keep out a pound and cook it tomorrow, just so we can get a feel for what this meat actually tastes like. We've got all of our meat here. We've got the scale, I've got the bags, and the bag tagger, I'm gonna call it, to seal up the bags. And we're just gonna run through, get all this meat put away, and then I still have to go ahead and milk my does. So it's a little bit later than I usually milk. They're probably none too happy with me, but such is life. And luckily my mother-in-law took Ellie, our daughter, for the evening so that we could get all of this done, and grateful to her for that. So we are just gonna power through the rest of the way, and then we'll wind up with 23 bags of beautiful homemade duck breakfast sausage. Ta-da! 24 pounds of Muscovy duck, Canada goose, pork, breakfast sausage. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative to some of you who may be raising Muscovy ducks for meat and are looking for new ways to utilize that beautiful, lean Muscovy duck breast, especially. If you have made Muscovy duck sausage before, I would love to hear from you. And if you're considering making it after watching this video, make sure you leave me a comment down below. I would love to strike up a conversation with fellow Muscovy duck enthusiasts who are raising these beautiful birds for meat. And I really look forward to producing more Muscovy duck content for you all. Remember, if you're not subscribed and you want to see more Muscovy duck videos, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so YouTube lets you know when I post new videos. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.